What made me want to pursue this major is because I wanted to bring forth my graphic design and what I already have, and then also the communication side of it to basically balance each other out and come together and make sure that I can use these types of skills when I go out to the work field in advertising and also graphic designing companies.
The main thing that made me pursue the Common Tech major was the fact that I was about 13 years old and I settled on becoming a sports analyst / broadcaster and just really working in the sports field entirely. So I said, okay, what college degrees are going to be suitable to help me achieve that in the future? And once I became familiar with the requirements and what was encouraged for me to do, I ultimately settled on being a communications major somewhere. And thankfully, the University of North Texas at Dallas offered the communication and technology program with the emphasis on sports communication. So just really to follow my passion and my career of choice. That's the main reason why I chose communication and technology.
So I really wanted to pursue this major because, I was honestly having a really hard time finding my kind of niche community because I just had so many different interests. I loved so many different things. I loved design, I loved photography, I loved anything that had to do with making really pretty visuals, and I just honestly couldn't find a major that had that for me in any other school. And then whenever I came across UNT Dallas's Common Tech program, and they listed all the different courses and the possible majors or the possible careers that could be part of this, I was like in awe. I was like, I can't believe that I get to do all of these things, all of the things that I love, all encompassed into one overall major. So that's really what I like most about it.
I wanted to pursue the communication major because I'm very interested in learning how people communicate, and not only that, I feel like you have more versatility within having a common degree because so many businesses and different job concentrations require communication skills, so why not pursue a degree that specializes in that?
What I've learned so far from this major is to stay on top of your projects, stay on top of your coursework, make sure that you know what you're doing, ask questions, go to tutor and do whatever that you need to in order to pursue what it is that you're trying to do.
The ability to speak and be comfortable with public speaking. One thing that I have been grateful for is that in most of my classes we have been required to do presentations where we have had to stand up and deliver a presentation on whatever topic we decide or that was given to us. And that means speaking in front of people. Now I know some people might have anxiety about that, they might not be as comfortable doing it, and there are times when I do get nervous doing it. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't, but it's what I love to do, and at the same time you can never sharpen your knife too much, you know what I mean, when it comes to publicly speaking. You can never do it too much to the point where you're just all the way comfortable and you're just ultimately totally settled on it. So the fact that I've been able to do that and keep my confidence level up when it comes to public speaking is a good thing to me, because I'm going to be hopefully doing it to a mass volume of people, not just only here at UNT Dallas, not just only to the city of Dallas, but hopefully throughout the country, okay, and maybe throughout other countries. So definitely public speaking.
What I've learned from this major, I've learned so much. I've learned how to be even more creative, but with a more specific drive, and I've learned all the tools necessary to be the best creative person that I can be. Besides, learning how to use Adobe programs and learning how to use camera equipment, I've also learned, all the theory that goes behind what we're doing. You need to know, why we're doing what we're doing in order to be successful at it. You need to know all the components that make up a photo. You need to know all the components that make up a social media campaign and exactly what we're trying to achieve in order to create the content. So it's really given me all the tools necessary for me to be successful in my field.
I guess the most valuable thing that I've learned was how to communicate. I feel like you won't learn how to communicate differently within other majors like you would learn here. I was learned how to communicate with people who can perceive messages differently from you, and also how to read people's nonverbals. And I think you can't get that with any other major except for in the comm major.
What makes me passionate about the graphic designing is that I get to use my creative side and branching that into a digital side of it, and just being able to create something visually digital that people will enjoy and love.
Within communication and technology, I think I'm most passionate about having creative freedom. That's something that this field offers that not many other fields do, because even when you have a specific assignment or project, you can still put your own flair on it and make it your own, make it more personal to you, pretty much. And that's something that is really authentic to Common Tech.
Our coordinator, Sarah Holmes, she's really changed my life for the better. She's introduced me to people that I'm really grateful for. And I can list 30 people, but that'll take too long. Besides that, just the knowledge that I gained. I know that sounds really cliche, but for me, I've learned so much about myself with these classes, and I think that's the biggest takeaway for me is that I've really gained a certain amount of self-awareness and self-cognizance about what I am, what I'm passionate about, and how I feel about certain things. So I think those are the biggest takeaways. It's remarkable to see someone in education who puts so much effort and so much time and so much care into what they do. I aspire to be like Sarah. Honestly, she's a big inspiration for me. And again, the lessons that I've learned and the knowledge that I've accrued here in the program, I think are the two biggest takeaways for me personally.
There are a couple, if I can say more than one. So one is Sarah Holmes. Sarah Holmes is the head of the communication department, and she has been incredible. She has encouraged me, she has pushed me to really be the best person I can be and to have that show in my work. I've actually taken the most classes with her ever since I've been here at the University of North Texas at Dallas. I believe I've taken a total of 6 classes with her. So each class has been beneficial to me. I never get tired of being in her presence, and because I know what she expects of me, and I know what I expect of myself. And because we both expect that from me, then we're able to have a good relationship, and I'm able to really take pride in submitting work that's due for her. And another one, I've only taken one class with him, but another one was Paul Corliss. He was the sports writing professor in the fall of 2017 semester, and with his expertise, with his past work with the New Orleans Saints, he has encouraged me because he became aware of what I want to eventually end up doing. So he has definitely encouraged me to keep a positive mindset, and I definitely got the experience sports writing, obviously, because that's the name of the class, with becoming comfortable doing sports writing and writing articles after actual games. There were high school games at DeSoto. That was some of the main things that we worked on. And ultimately, he's a resource. He'll always be there if I need him in the future. So definitely those two.
Yes, the professor that has inspired me within this department is Professor Sarah Holmes. She has taught me so much about not only communication, but about how the world thinks and the world works in a way, and how you can use not only the communication skills that she taught you, but the communication skills that you already know to not only better yourself, but better communicate your ideas to the world around you.
I would have to say, yes, I have one professor that has inspired me so far, and his name is Richard Strong. I love the way he's enthusiastic about how he teaches and how he brings forth his lessons to make you want to learn more.
I think advice that I would give to anyone in this major or wanting to pursue this major is just keep going. It's going to be hard, and you're going to be thrown out into the wilderness and expected to do all of these different things that you have no experience doing. But as long as you keep trying, you're going to get better. And just because something doesn't turn out the right way or the way that you expected it to the first time around doesn't mean that it never will. Practice makes almost perfect. You're never going to be perfect, but as long as you have progress, you're going to get so much better and you're going to be successful.
If communication as a whole is what they want to do. If they can see themselves really succeeding in this field, if they can see themselves really having their true passion lie in this field, I would say go for it. And we offer a fabulous program with many concentrations. So it's not just really focused on one thing, it's focused on multiple things. We have strategic communications, we have sports communication, we have general communication studies, and we have digital production line. So be ready to learn, be ready to be challenged, be ready to be open to new experiences, be ready to connect with people, and hopefully be mentored in a way and be taught by some really good professors that will help prepare you for a career in this field. That's ultimately what you want to do. So I would definitely encourage them.
Keep your options open, because in this degree field, it's all about versatility. And with versatility, you have different communication styles that might be new to you. So it's best to keep your mind open, because people communicate differently, people read nonverbals differently, and people have different ways of interpreting messages. So just kind of keep your options and your mind open.
This major, study broadly and be passionate about what you are studying. If somebody was to ask me what they should do, anybody who asks me coming into my office, the first thing I ask them is, what do you want to be when you grow up? In other words, where are your passions? Where do your passions lie? What are you interested in doing? If not for the rest of your life, at least upon graduation. And it gives us a moment to stop and look through courses that we offer and help them to decide what's going to be their best course of action to take in their academic studies, and also to give them some insights into possible courses that they might want to take if they just are looking for personal enrichment. So we have 4 concentrations. We have digital production, strategic communication, sports comm, and a general comm studies degree. And our students don't just take courses in one concentration or another concentration. We have a lot of students who do double concentrations, and that's because they're interested in the subject matter and they want to learn. Again, like I said, we're hungry. Students are hungry here, and they want to learn. They want to be the best that they can be as professionals or as academics or just as students. And so we see students who study across, and that's one of the biggest behaviors that I encourage in our students is not just to narrowly focus on one subject matter. Knowing how we use language to shape our communication practices helps if you're doing videos, if you're doing documentaries. Knowing how to design flyers and build a strategic communication campaign helps if you're trying to understand why human beings behave and communicate the way they do. So there's a lot of overlap. It's not simply a fragmented either-or kind of program. And so I encourage students to transcend those boundaries. I want to see the program continue to grow and thrive. We have gone in just a couple of years from having 14 majors to having over 150 majors, and it's a pretty great change and adaptation that's happened in the program. And so I'd like to continue to see that happening in our program. At the same time, I don't just want us to grow for the sake of growth. I'd like us to make connections in the community.
My name is Bria Jones. My major is communication and technology. My concentration is strategic communication.
My name is Enrique Alanis. My major is communication and technology with a focus on comm studies.
My name is Richard C. Williams. I am a communication and technology major, and this is my senior year at University of North Texas at Dallas.
My name is Stephanie, and I am majoring in communication and technology with a concentration in digital production.
My name is Sterling Brown. I'm a graduating senior in the Common Tech majoring department, and my concentration is communication studies.
My name is Sarah Holmes, and I am a lecturer of communication at the University of North Texas at Dallas.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing about the comm program is that they care, and they care a lot.